Bobby Fazio.
All right, hello and welcome everybody. Driver interviews with Bobby Fazio. This is the Tuesday Tell All segment where it's Tuesday and I tell all of you what I'm thinking. It's Tuesday, November 22nd. Now, did you know JFK was shot today, 59 years ago? I wasn't alive for it, but I know some of you were. So let me know what you were doing. Were you in school? What did they do? Say prayers? Did they put it on the TV? Did they have a TV in the classroom? I'm anxious. I was at Dallas in 2011, and I went to the Gracie Knoll, and I just don't see how Leo Harvey Oswald could have pulled that off from the book depository. So comment and let me know what you think about that. Anyways, driverinterviews.com. Go to my website. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know the deal. You go on the website. The big red YouTube logo comes up. It says, if you want to see all the latest content, click here. So click there and then subscribe to the channel and like the videos. If you like these videos, and I mean, who wouldn't? Hit the like button. It sends it out to other people that they might think like it. And hit the subscribe button. We're approaching 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Not bad. All right, thanks, David. It makes me mad. Thanks, expensive microphone, for letting me down. All right, hello, Paul, by the way. And hello, David Whitlock. And hello, Nick Ryder. Good to see you guys. DragInsights.com. Get your premium membership. Get your opponent data. Sign up for the contingency. Run the stickers. And win 6-month or year-long premium membership extensions. If you win a race, you get 12 extra months. If you runner-up, you get 6 extra months. So check that out, DragInsights.com. It's only $50 for the year. It's free to look at your own stats, though. And when I was just in Pomona, a racer told me that he likes to look at his own stats, and he found out where he was lacking, and he fixed it. And he went out and won the week before with that. So I won't tell you who that was, but congratulations to him. Hi, Pam. How are you? Good to see you. I act like, I can see you right now. I can see your picture right there. So good to see you is what I'm going to say. All right. And Rob Youngblood, advancedclutches.com. Any of you stick shift racers out there, I'm excited to try my new clutch in 2023 with my full-on engine build. So go to advancedclutches.com and talk to Rob Youngblood. He is a wealth of knowledge and information. Lightens the clutches up, tells you how much counterweight to run. He does it a little bit of a different setup than what I'm used to. McLeod can do, I think, 3 fingers. Rob Youngblood uses 6 fingers, so a little bit more surface area, hitting the throw-out bearing, good stuff like that. We'll do a clutch segment, and we'll talk all about that. We're going to do a cam profile segment, too. I have my cam designer coming on, which he was my best-kept secret. I don't even know if I should bring him on here, but he picked my car up a couple tenths when I had him design my last cam, and I want him to tell us how he did it. So he's watching. He knows who he is. We'll get him on here. Who else is out there? Let's get Bobby. Thanks you, Tim Stickles. I appreciate that. And thank you to Tim Stickles. You guys all saw his logo on the intro video, Gutters by Design. Tim, I was in the supermarket yesterday here in New Jersey, and a woman was wearing a Gutters installer sweatshirt. So we have competition down here. I think we should open one down here for you and take them out. All right. So Tim Stickles, I couldn't agree more. Thanks, buddy. And thanks for what you do. Thanks to Tom Baker, Rob Youngblood, Drag Insights. I appreciate everybody helping me out here and keeping me going to these races and getting the content that we all want to see, right? Okay, so driverinterviews.com/sponsor. There's a sponsorship proposal there. Take a look at it. Let me know how I did. I appreciate that. Working on a video now. I have a lot more interviews. I have at least 10 more interviews that I'm editing and cutting. I got Travis Hess coming from the Dutch Classic still. I have Paul Sutherland with a really, really nice wagon that was running super stock. Got that one going. I was working on that one yesterday. Every Thursday, I try to put out a driver interview, right? And every Tuesday, we do Tuesday Tell All. So check them out. Be on there. Don't miss them. But I'm also working on a wheelies and close calls. It really started out as a close calls type of thing because I had some good footage of some scary wheelies, we'll say. Wheelies that went up really high or that almost went into the other lane or headed toward the wall. So then I decided let's just open that up to anybody that has, one that they want included. So people have been sending me lots and lots of wheelie videos. So I'm going through them all. I'll put that out eventually. I don't know, when, but don't send me any videos that are already on YouTube. Okay. They're copyrighted. I can't just put them on my video in my YouTube channel. YouTube will flag it. YouTube notices when the same video is up. They've told me people have, I don't know if they're bots or whatever, but they've put up videos that I've posted. Most recently, Pam Marshall, the Jim Marshall interview that I did from Gainesville. Somebody took that whole video and uploaded it and passed it off as their own. And YouTube notified me. And then they asked me if I wanted it removed. Since I didn't know who the person was, I said, yes, remove it. So YouTube's smarter than you think. And that's why, and I learned this from Motor Mania TV, announcers, like you can't play music. There's no like real music allowed to be played during a race. So when they stream an entire race, they inform the track, do not play like any radio, don't play any music. Like that cool Rolling Stones song comes on, we have to go through and edit that out of the live stream because YouTube will flag the video. So that's the way YouTube works. They're pretty intense with that. And my wife's over here going, how come? Why?
Because somebody used your video.
Somebody used my video, right? I thought she was making fun of me because in college, I got caught for plagiarism one time in college, and it was a scary situation. But they let me redo the paper. Who feels like writing a 10-page paper when you're in college? You have more important things to do, like go out with girls and go to parties and career fairs in case my dad's watching. Things like that, right? So I couldn't do that. What's up, Walt? Good to see you, buddy. All right, let's get back to the business here. So the close calls video, send me what you got, but don't send me anything that's copyrighted. Don't send me NHRA videos because I doubt that will go over well, okay? PRI, who's going to PRI? I want a roll call. I'm going. I signed up to get my tickets. I booked my flights and all that. It's different this year. You have to pay for a $40 membership to go to PRI. I don't think you didn't have to do that before. Last time I went, it was free. You just got your tickets in the mail. So they want you to have a PRI membership, which is $40 for the year, in order to go to the PRI show. So let me know who's going. Let's meet up. Let's just say hi because I want to keep that going. I've been meeting so many people at these races, people coming up to me saying hi. It's nice to put a face with these names that I see on Facebook, Instagram, classracer.com. Now I can actually meet you in person. So, the more people I meet, the better. It makes me feel like I'm doing something good here. So let me know if you're going to PRI. Pay your $40, get your membership. I guess the $5,000 booth fees aren't enough for them. They need more. Apparently it's helping to save the racing industry. So I'll go with it. Take my $40. And attention Division 1 racers, February 4th looks like is our banquet. I've never been to an NHRA banquet before other than when I was bracket racing and I finished in like the top there. We went to the banquet because I won a couple dollars at the end of the year. So I thought I finished in 6th in Division 1, but apparently I finished in 5th because I just got an email that says asking me if I want to run the number 15 next year or if I want to run my usual 1373. I don't know. Are those numbers bad luck? I've seen some racers who did really well, and then they went to the single digit or double digit number, and like nothing went right the next year. So let me know what you think. I mean, should I just stick with my 1373? It's already on the window, or should I proudly display the 15? It's, it was a good year. I was only able to hit 5 races. And it looks like my one spreadsheet said I was in 6th because Pete Dagnolo was ahead of us, but he didn't run. He ran too many out of division races. So it like moved us all up one and moved Pete down at the bottom of the D1 standings. I'm sure Pete doesn't give a rat's ass because he just won the national championship by 8 points. So, by the way, I did talk to Pete after he won that. They said the whole wedding cheered when Stanfield lost in that 4th round. So he got the national championship. What a weekend. Oh my God. Stanfield, who's, heck of a nice guy, and I love Greg Stanfield, and he made it to the fourth round there. He was on a roll. Kind of looked like he was going to win, and he lost that fourth round. So it was down to the wire. There was a super gas racer that had to win the event to win super gas national championship, and he won the event. I think that was Mr. Locke, I believe. So that's amazing stuff. And then stock eliminator, Brad Burton and Jimmy Hidalgo in a head-to-head tie. The tiebreaker was them being racing each other in Vegas a couple weeks prior, and Hidalgo won that. So the championships really were interesting this year. So Armin Keller, you're thinking I should run the 15, huh? All right. Sounds good. I'd love to go. I think the $40 is great. Keep the sticker collectors away. All right. All right, go for it. All right, so the 15. You know what sucks? If my motor just wouldn't have blown up on that run, I think I would have been in 14th. But I don't know. I would have been tied with Herbie Knoll, and we raced each other twice, and he won one and I won one. So I don't know how that tiebreaker would have worked out, but it would have been cool. And I do notice that out of the whole top 10, everybody's got 7s and 8s next to their names, and I only had a 5. I just needed one more race to cancel out a first-round loss, and that damn hurricane took away our Virginia race. But that Virginia race is back on next year for anybody that didn't know, so that's cool. All right, so we'll think about that. D1 Banquet, Saturday, February 4th. Wife, if we're going to that, you got to take off. All right. Now, if anybody noticed, Superstock AH. Oh, Rob, you can't run 110. I never thought of that. Yeah, so I guess 10, it's really the top 9 get to run that two-digit number. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, good job, Rob, finishing 10th there. Superstock, the AH cars, they got a little bit of a rule change. This is the first I've seen as far as rule changes go, but they're allowed to run, rack and pinion steering. So AH cars only, this applies to. It doesn't apply to the rest of Superstock. Let me know your thoughts on this. Now, Superstock, it says aftermarket OEM replacement gearboxes were already permitted. So I still run, we still run a factory, like the gearbox in our 65 Mustang. I'm assuming this is more for a safety issue for the AH cars. They're going fast. They're doing that like shopping cart wobble as they're going down the track. I've read that, you don't want a rod going out the pan that could hit the steering linkage. Their linkage is going through the pan. My linkage goes through our oil pan too. Let me know what you guys think of this. Some people are for it. Obviously, some people are against it, but it just wouldn't be class racing if we didn't have, that. So that's to be expected. Is it safer? Will it get rid of that wobble? I don't, rack and pinion steering to me, I know what it is. I used to want to buy it all the time, but as soon as I started racing stock and super stock, I knew that I was not allowed to purchase that. And I know that it's better. Other than that, don't know enough about it, to be perfectly honest with you. So I do think, some recommended that, okay, fine, you let that be in Superstock AH, but don't let them run the Eliminator anymore with the rest of the Superstock cars. And I don't know. I guess I don't go for that because we're already running against front-wheel drive conversion modified comp cars. So what's the difference? There aren't that many AH cars out there running the Eliminator anyway. There's only a handful. I feel like Steve Camella is really the only one that does it in D1. Jimmy Daniels might once in a while, and who else? I don't know if there's anybody else that might run it in D1. But I know Camella is a diehard about the bracket aspect. He loves running the Eliminator. He wants to run the Eliminator. Do I, Dwayne? That's how little I know about steering and suspension, other than shocks and struts. That's my here, let me tell you what, Dwayne. You have rack and pinion in your Fox body. I do. I knew that. I did know that. And I have the manual steering rack and pinion aftermarket. What do I have? Like a Flaming River one in there or something that I bought 100 years ago when I bought the car. I don't know. I don't remember. Is that what I have, Dwayne? You might know better than I do at this point. because I remember getting that a long time ago. But I don't remember if it was for that Fox body or the other one that I had before, because I had a couple of them before I got my Stalker. And now I'm confusing them. They're all running together. Some of the same complaining when the vets could run a straight axle versus IRS setup back in the day. Yes, okay. And I just did an interview on Craig Sarbaugh, who is running independent rear suspension setup, with CV axles in his 67 vet. So check out that interview. That was a good one. If they want to send the money to upgrade, more power to them. Well, it's just like anything else in racing, especially class racing. Much needed in Superstock AH. Well, sure. Safety issue, sure, why not? But it's always the same story in class racing where, they always say the top guys are going to get it, so then everybody else has to get it. And that's the way our brand of racing is. As soon as you allow aftermarket aluminum roller rockers, well, everybody has to get them or you're going to fall behind. As soon as you allow any, steel valve, any valve spring you want, any cam duration you want, if you don't do it, you're going to fall behind. So the argument is that it makes the class more expensive and everyone kind of has to do it if they want to keep up. So let me know what you think of that. All right, that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. The Cajun Classic was canceled, and they have that Hemi shootout there, right? So does anybody know what the deal is with that? Are they going to make that up? Because it says postponed on the one thing that I saw, and I want to know if it's going to be rescheduled. But I don't know. It's late November. How much time do we have left in the year to reschedule that? It is Louisiana, so I don't know. How hot is it down there in November? Walt, who knows? Jimmy Hidalgo, you out there? Let us know. Safety issue. Those cars have the really bad death wobble. Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen it. And anybody has good video of that, send it to me. I can put it in our close calls video. James, 15 for sure. Rack and pinion will allow them to make more power, not really going to affect anybody else. All right. Well, I don't think it's going to affect the rest of us in the class. There's only a handful of them that run the Eliminator anyway. I think they would all. I would guess that most of the racers in the AH classes would rather have it than would rather not have it. So those that are not happy with it, are they all AH racers? AH racers, come on and comment. What do you think? Are you going to do it? Are you not going to do it? Were you for it? Were you against it? Where do you draw the line? It's a lot more than just throwing a rack at it. The cars have went the same ET since Westcott retired for 10 years. All right. You know what? That brings up a good point, because who was saying it on Class Racer? All right. You can, so that what they're saying is now that, let me see if I can find it. Lose the center link through the pan. So it's not only a safety issue, now it's a horsepower issue. Losing the center link through the pan. Better header clearance on the driver's side. And then once the top drivers do it, they all do it. So you pay for the rack and pinion. You get new headers on the driver's side if you really feel like spending the money. A new oil pan if you feel like spending the money. And that's their argument. That's the SSDA Hemi's argument on classracer.com. So that's where that's headed. We all like a good argument in the offseason, right? Let me know what you guys all think. It is pretty amazing. How come why doesn't Westcott come back? Right? If he was so good at this 10 years ago. I know he builds the power plants and the clutches for some of these racers, but it would be cool to see him out there again. I know he was he was trying to put together a pro stock car. Is that still going on? Maybe we should call him up to see if he wants to come on and talk about all this, by the way. But I wonder if he's still trying to go pro stock racing. I know he was doing a lot of R&D for that. Also, what's going on with the FX class? Somebody come on and let me know what's going on with that. Jeff Turk, I know he had a lot invested in his engine program with that and was building a car or having a car built. The Lupe Tortilla team was interested. The Rod Shop is supposedly sponsoring Stanfield. And they're going to run a Rod Shop sponsored FX car. I guess Greg Stanfield or Aaron Stanfield will be driving. I don't know which Stanfield will be driving it, so somebody comment and let me know. But that's pretty cool. Militia Cams decals on a lot of pro stockers. All right, so I guess he's designing cams for the pro stock cars. What's the deal with Militia Cams? So that's his like business right there. That's Westcott's like cam design business is the Militia Cams. He also I remember Ben Wenzel telling me another business name of Westcott's that does the clutches too. So I guess he just has different like business names for the different various parts that he's designing and or building and or servicing for these cars, many cars, non-Hemi cars too. So I think that's pretty cool. Greg will be driving. Thank you, Walt. Walt, do you know anything else about this class? Have they sorted out the rules? I know some pro stock teams that were getting involved in this, but the big question was the rules had not been finalized. So they are still trying to, I guess, work that out. I guess we'll find out more at PRI. That's why I can't wait to get there. All right. So as usual, comment, let us know what you think. There you go. That's the only rule change I know of. I was looking, scraping, trying to find out more. There's a lot more rule changes in Top Alcohol, Dragster, and Funny Car, I think. But not a whole lot going on in the class racing world as far as rule changes are concerned. All right, guys. So stay tuned. Thursday is Thanksgiving. I guess should I put out a new driver interview on Thanksgiving? You think anybody will watch it on Thanksgiving? Or you guys are going to be watching football and eating turkey and drinking beers? Let me know, and I'll get to work on it. I have two almost done. Paul Sutherland and Travis Hess. They're next up in line. I don't know which one I'm going to do first because they're both right about the same stage. I have to finalize the editing process and still cutting in some of the in-car video with the out-of-car video. So whichever one of those gets finished first, that one will go up on Thursday, Thanksgiving Thursday, if you guys all think I should put one up on Thursday. All right. Good excuse to get away from the in-laws. All right. Sit in the corner on your phone or on your computer and watch a driver interview with Bobby Fazio. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me today. Feel free to hit up driverinterviews.com. Check out the site. Sponsor if you want. Shirts, stickers, and have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe out there. No drinking and driving. Big Wednesday tomorrow night. No drinking and driving tomorrow night. Come on, you guys all know the cops are out there in full force tomorrow night looking for an idiot to pull over and give a breathalyzer test to. And as for me, maybe I'll actually go out and get a haircut, maybe even shave tomorrow and look presentable for Thursday. And I suggest maybe you guys all do the same. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Have a good one. Take care.